I think it's the fourth time. Is it the
Uh,
third or the
it's
fourth
third
time?
time. This is third
Third
time.
time?
Yeah, this is third time.
Got my boy Kwame in the building. Thank you, my friend, for coming through.
Man, I love coming by.
Yeah,
I just
man.
love coming by to see how much success that you've gotten from the first time to the second time, to
Oh,
the second time,
man.
third time. Man, you're doing amazing, man.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Absolutely appreciate it. But I see you busy, you kids and
Yeah. Well,
family.
yeah, kids too. 18-month-old King and 2-month-old Kinsley, my first baby girl,
Sheesh.
and
You finally got a
53 years
girl, huh?
old. So I got them 27-year-old twins, 21, Lathan, my son that I have through Leticia, he's 12, and then 18 months and 2 months. Jelani and Jaleel said, Dad, you know you done tripped out.
Did you ever think that you would get a girl considering that you was just boy the whole time?
I knew I would have a girl from a dream that I had in prison.
Ah.
And I told everybody, as a matter of fact, one of my guys I talked to this week, I was about to say his name, but it might get me or him in trouble.
Yeah.
But he told me, man, you remember you told everybody you was going to have a daughter and all this kind of stuff? And I was like, yeah, we thought you was crazy. So I was telling everybody in the prayer, I had this vivid dream that I had this little girl. And I told everybody, when I get out of here, now mind you, at that point, I'd been in about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so people thought I was nuts. And I did too. I thought I was crazy, but I just knew it. But other than that, no. I mean, this has been a dream come true. I sit there and stare at her all the time. My wife think I'm crazy.
She's 2 months old.
She's 2 months old. Beautiful little girl.
Congratulations.
Unbelievable. She's already got a bouncy, happy personality. King look at you like this. Like, you know, what's up? Who are you? You know? But she like, hey, hi, already.
Man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know you know the girl dad thing.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
I gotta. My daughter is hitting me with a list of cars that she want for her 16th birthday.
16. Yeah. See, she see you.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, we up.
Yeah, you know, that's tripped out because, like, you know, when they're young, they don't know. Like, they don't know nothing. All they know is they're having a good time. They hanging out with their cousins and their friends or whatever. But now she at the mall and she's shopping and, you know, it's tripped out. I love it, though. I'm very, very, you know, excited, and it's just a good time to spend or whatever. But
Amen.
I worry a little bit.
What you worry about?
Cause, man, I seen her hanging out with her friends, and she was in a Jeep one day, and there was a boy driving. I said, I'm sorry.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah. Who was that?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. This is when dad shows his muscle. This is when we figure out the substance of dad, you know, right now.
Yeah.
This is dad time, you know.
And I didn't, you know, for me, you don't know what you're going to do until you do it. You know what I'm saying? But I guess I'm not too bothered, you know, because I know the little boy and taekwondo and all of that other stuff. But still, you know, boys is boy. I know how I was at 16, so it's a little different. So I got to look at it a little differently. But you caused some waves.
I did.
A little bit ago,
Okay.
when you spoke specifically about being pardoned, right? And, you know, knowing Obama or coming up at the same time, you know, as far as politically, but then Trump being the person that wound up pardoning you.
Yeah.
Why do you think that people were so bothered by that?
You know, I think that contextually people missed it because of their emotional attachment to Obama. But, you know, I think people bothered anytime they hear anything that is counter to their feelings and understanding and thoughts about Barack Obama. And I believe that's the same reason why we missed a lot of opportunities during his presidency, not because of him, but because of us. I said this before, when you're in a position of an administrator, whether that's governor, mayor, or president, you need pressure to make decisions. And when 97.6% of the electorate that is African American votes for you, your people are telling you, you ain't got to do nothing for them.
Yeah.
They with you no matter what. Every political consultant that he had was telling him, you don't need to do anything here. So in order to get something out of that government, it has to be his goodwill that does it.
Yeah.
Just because he wants to, not because you're putting pressure on him. And because we had this unyielding, undying attachment and love that actually was attached to his election, and it lasted 8 whole years, we didn't get any. We didn't get much.
Yeah.
And you know, we got some things, but we didn't get much. And it was a perfect opportunity for urban America. It was a perfect opportunity for somebody who really understands the ins and outs of what happens in urban America and how to shape urban policy. We didn't get any real policy around criminal justice. And so, you know, the report card for Barack Obama for me is a very good one.
Yeah.
I think that he handled himself well. He used wisdom. He was a president who understood the body politic, and he made some decisions. Some were helpful and some were counter to things that I believe. But my post and specifically was really about God will choose whom he wills.
Yeah.
And just because somebody is your guy, your friend, somebody that you know, somebody that you have relationship with, we've sat like this in bars and restaurants and different places. And I just couldn't imagine if Anton Daniels was ever on a piece of paper to be able to be free and get back to his wife, his children. I couldn't imagine being political at that moment, particularly if you're releasing a transgender army guy who the entire military complex was against.
Yeah.
You got to understand, all the generals, all the people at the White House, all the people at the Pentagon, and all the foot soldiers were against this. But a couple of liberal organizations were for it because it was a transgender statement. And he released this guy after 7 years on a 28-year sentence and did a press conference and said he suffered enough. When I saw that on television, I said, okay, yes.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Now that's
Yeah.
But he didn't do it. He didn't owe me anything. I believe I got out at the perfect time. I believe it happened the way that God intended for it to happen. I'm not upset with him. But I wanted, you know,
Yeah,
to
it's
say,
a conversation.
It's just a conversation. Let's have it.
Yeah.
And I think what people are afraid of is having conversations about anything related to black people, because we have to talk about the not so good side, negative side, the things that we do to ourselves, and we don't like that part.
So, in a general sense, when you've like throughout your time and being able to spend Barack Obama, what was he like as just a person, like in a general sense? Like, what was your impression of him, the person? Because sometimes we get people mixed up with the job that they do.
Yes.
And it kind of intersects, right? And we don't separate it, especially nowadays, because, you know, social media and, you know, you start to look at people's legacies and what it was that he did. And, you know, people are now kind of, I think, changing how it is that they view him based off of what they experienced during that time versus what they know now. In your opinion, and meeting him and having conversations with him and things like that, what was your impression of him as a person?
Barack Obama, prior to the presidency, was a cool dude. That's, you know, and when we say that about somebody, you kind of know what I mean by that. Cool, regular, down to earth guy, man, smooth, really cared about people. Remember, he was at Jeremiah Wright's church, so which is a liberation theology ministry, and he was in it for 17 years. So, you know, a lot of my guys were there. I've been to that church several times, and that is an ethic that the people there care about. They care about black people in communities. They care about uplifting the race. They care about black fraternities and sororities. And that church, Trinity, was that kind of church. Prior to the presidency is what I say. After the campaign started, because Barack Obama also was somebody who really wanted political offices. And I think I was just an anomaly in that. I had that Detroit thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to jock nobody.
Yeah.
I had that. I just didn't do that. I used to watch all these guys running around meeting. You gotta meet John such and such. Oh my God, he's good. I used to watch all these guys running over there. Man, listen, man, I ain't about to
I'm
run
the
over
same
there.
way
I'm not
right
about
now,
to do none
bro.
of that, man. I'm good. But see,
Yeah.
him and a whole lot of guys that I won't name, they just was, you know, they really was, you know, politically hustling all around, trying to meet people and all that, and it worked out for them.